Welcome back everybody, Theme Park Mikey here. Today's video is all about how to plan for a Universal Orlando trip in 2021. How do you go about doing it? Where do you start? What are some advantages? What are some disadvantages? All that fun stuff. We're gonna cover that in today's video. Stay tuned. And I'll go on Spider-Man for the 800th time maybe? I don't know. The very first thing you want to do is visit the Universal Orlando website and check out ticket prices. Next, figure out how many days you want to spend at the park. 2 theme parks, 1 water park, or you can get a 1-day park hop. So if you're a big Harry Potter fan and your dream is to ride the Hogwarts Express, go through King's Cross, platform 9 3/4, you have to have a park-to-park ticket. That's the only way you can actually go on the Hogwarts Express. If you have a 2-day ticket, but it's 1 park per day, you cannot ride on Hogwarts Express. The only way you can get on the Hogwarts Express is a park-to-park ticket because it's a form of transportation from 1 park to the other, which a lot of people don't know about, but it's also a genius move on Universal's part because you have to buy a more expensive ticket to ride. So once you figure out which type of ticket and how many days you're going to be visiting, purchase ahead of time. This is something that I've been telling people for years, just not on the YouTube channel. Buy your tickets ahead of time for any theme park that you go to. Universal Orlando sells them online, both on their website, universalorlando.com, and on their app. By the way, download the app before you get here. Purchasing online is so much easier and it's not a long wait. When you get here in the morning, day of, and try to purchase a ticket, you have to wait in almost an hour-long line to purchase a ticket to then wait in line inside the park at all the attractions. Once you purchase your tickets, download the Universal Orlando Resort app so you can check wait times, you can check what time the park opens, what time the parks close, and everything else in between. There's a lot of information on that app. The best way to use it is day of at the park. But what I do sometimes before I take a trip, I actually start checking wait times at certain times during the day. I'm not even at the park. I just check the wait times kind of to see what it's like at the parks. Like if it's a sunny day, if it's a rainy day, slow day, busy day, just to kind of see what the wait times might be when I get to the park for my trip. If you can only visit the parks for 1 day and you want to do everything in both parks, I highly recommend either coming during the off season when school's not in session and it's not a weekend, so like a weekday, or if you're only coming here for 1 day, get an express pass. If you're considering buying an express pass, you can buy it ahead of time on the website and on the mobile app for Universal Orlando, or you can purchase it when you're here. When it does get busier, they have little like mobile areas that they roll out that actually sell express pass. Like you'll see a team member at like a little mobile area and all they're doing is selling express pass for the day. There's 2 types of express pass. There is the unlimited, which means you can use it as many times as you want at any attraction that accepts the express pass, or you can do one-time use. My annual pass, the premium, or the premier, I don't know. Or it's orange. That's the one that has the one-time use. So I just went on Spider-Man, went through Express. I can't go again on Spider-Man today through Express, but I can go to other attractions and use it. So while we're on the subject, there is only 2 attractions that you cannot use the Express Pass on, and they're both over here at Islands of Adventure. The first one is Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure, TM. Man, that's a lot to say. And the second one is this roller coaster right here, the Velocicoaster. They do not offer an express queue for anyone. just the regular standby queue. Single rider for Velocicoaster, but I don't know if Hagrid's has gone back to single rider yet. So that's everything you do ahead of time, like days, weeks, months ahead of time. Purchase a ticket online, get Max Pass if you want to, figure out how many days and how many parks you want to visit. A few days before you visit, double check on the app what their hours are for that day. Because I've had it before where I checked a month before and it was like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then I got closer and maybe 2 days beforehand I was checking wait times to see how busy it was, and they had changed the hours of operation. Now usually they only change it by like an hour, like it's an hour less, it's an hour more. But they do change park hours randomly. You can't predict it. So always double check to make sure that you know the park hours for your day. X marks the spot for buried treasure, right? It's just underwater? I think so. So, like I said earlier, one of the most important things you need to do is download the Universal Orlando Resort mobile app. There is so much that you can use that for the day of when you actually get here. So this app is your best friend, the Universal Orlando Resort app. It's got wait times of everything. And it also has park hours. If it's really crowded, they have virtual lines. Or if you just want to torture yourself and go on the Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon, they have that too. But they only really use virtual lines or virtual venues like the Mummy and Hagrid's when it's really busy and they just can't like actually keep the line going. Now you can use all those options on the app without even having to create an account or sign in to the Universal Orlando app. Now if you want to do something like mobile ordering, you will have to create an account or sign in, you already have one, and then you can do mobile ordering. But you also have to add a lot more information. To be able to use the mobile order feature, you will have to link a valid credit card to the app. So this is gonna take a while. If you intend on doing any quick serve mobile ordering, like I said earlier, do it before you arrive. So you can mobile order for all the quick serves or almost all the quick serves in Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios Florida, and a few restaurants that are in City Walk, including Voodoo Donuts. So if you don't want to wait in a super long line for Voodoo Donuts, you can actually mobile order it while you're still in the park and pick it up on your way out. You don't have to even wait in line. I highly recommend creating an account, linking a credit card, and then using it for mobile order while you're here. Even though the COVID procedures are basically gone at Universal, I still have a much better experience when I mobile order. I love Thunder Falls Terrace, which is right behind me. It's closed right now because I always show up here late because of work. That one was higher from the water ride. I thought I was gonna get wet. Thunder Falls Terrace is my favorite. I mobile order when I'm somewhere else in the park. I walk over, they seat me indoors in the air conditioning, bring me my food. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I highly recommend signing up for an account before you get here. Get the app, put your credit card in the app, and mobile order when you get here. It saves time, it really does. Okay, that's it for all the pre-planning stuff before you even get to the park. Let's talk about when you arrive for your day, either early in the day before the park's open or right at the park opening. Where should you go? What should you do? What rides should you get in line for? How does it normally play out? If you're coming to Islands of Adventure in the morning, there are two attractions that are extremely popular in the morning. This one, the Velocicoaster, and Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure TM. Because it's brand new, the Velocicoaster will have a very long line all day. So if you're coming to Islands of Adventure early in the morning, I highly suggest getting in line for the Velocicoaster because it is brand new and it's also the best coaster in both parks. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM. They're both extremely popular, and they're also top 5 attractions in Florida. Both attractions are a great pick for early in the morning, whether you're here at Rope Drop, which is slang, I guess, for when the park opens, or if you're here for early entry. By the way, early entry is only for certain annual pass holders and guests that are staying at Universal property hotels like the Aventura, Cabana Bay, Hard Rock, Portofino Bay, and a few others. They get let in about an hour early. But if you're just coming here for the day, you have a ticket, you can still get here early and get into the park and then head over to the attractions when the park actually opens. Highly recommend, again, Velocicoaster or Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure TM. If you're coming when it's hot to Universal Orlando, I highly recommend doing an outdoor attraction, then doing an indoor attraction, or doing an outdoor attraction, doing a water attraction. And it is hot about 11 out of 12 months of the year over here in Orlando, so I would honestly alternate, try and find shade, bring sunscreen, drink tons of water, and try not to drink any soda. I think right now it's just Poseidon's Fury and Storm Acceleratron over in Marvel Superhero Island are the only things that are still closed. I don't know if this is still closed because it's an indoor show because of COVID and they just haven't opened it yet, or if they decided to just do a refurb during COVID and they're just not done yet. So I don't have any news on when Poseidon's Fury will, or if it will reopen. Between the hours of 12 noon and about 3 p.m., be ready to wait in some long lines. 12 to 3 is when everyone's at the park. People that came here early in the morning are still here. People that are coming just to stay here at night in the afternoon are here. And people that want to stay all day, they're also here. 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. is also when everyone that has Express Pass that purchased it, not mine, doesn't start till 4, but that's when they're going to be using their Express Pass the most. So a lot of Express Pass lines are going to be long, and it's going to double or triple the wait time for the standby queue, the regular queue for that attraction. So lines will be long from about 12 noon to 3 p.m. A lot of people go super early to the park, go on a couple attractions, get tired, leave at like 11:30, go back to their hotel, take a nap, get some food, and then they come back for closing. I personally come here in the morning, do a couple attractions, and then peace out if I come here in the morning. Other than that, I just show up around 4 p.m. to stay until close because it's really hot when you get here, but it's the only time that you can get here, and then it slowly cools down the entire time you're here instead of heating up. Like any theme park, I always highly suggest staying till park closing. There's so many more attractions that you can do, and you can always get in line 10 minutes before closing for really popular attractions you get to go on. That's about it for planning ahead and planning your day. The next couple things I'm going to cover are just little things that may help you through your day, such as single rider lines that they have at some of the attractions, and rider switch or rider swap, and how they do it at most attractions. Rides like the Hulk, Velocicoaster, and Hagrid's all have single rider waits. Best time to utilize these lines for single rider are if you have only one person that wants to go on these big roller coasters, or if you're like me and you're by yourself. Looks like Hagrid's is down right now. They got a bunch of bikes out and they're all stalled. They're in each break zone in front of the other. And there's even one over here at Hagrid's hut. Alright, it's 10 minutes till close. I'm gonna try and get in line for Hagrid, see if I can't go on it. Hopefully it's not broken. Uh-oh. They might be closed for the rest of the night. I heard bikes running and I heard the sound effects going off. Hopefully they start to load guests and they reopen again, or that's it for me for the night. So for each attraction, it's different. For the family rooms or the switch off rooms, Rider Switch, whatever you want to call it. So for every attraction like Hagrid's, Jurassic World, Velocicoaster, and even Gringotts Bank, or Escape from Gringotts, they're all different. So always make sure you check with the team member that's out front of any of these attractions to ask them how they do Rider Switch, family room, whatever it may be. So if you do need to use a Rider Switch, family room, any of that, just make sure you ask any and all team members at the front of the attraction and they will tell you exactly how that attraction handles Rider Switching. I couldn't get a reservation at the library. Turns out they were fully booked.